What's cracking, you chronic fapper? Kidding, that's no way to start a video. But hey, you clicked it, so I'm gonna assume you're here for some NoFap content. Specifically, the dark side of NoFap. Clearly this new age practice of choosing to remain pure from the pleasures of the internet and releasing those pleasures from your body is the way to go. With so many benefits like increased testosterone, boosted confidence, increased happiness, and more. You'd be a fool not to try starting this practice, right? If you're anything like me, you've likely had some missteps in your NoFap journey.
Don't look at anything sexually tempting. Don't look at anything sexually tempting. Don't look at anything sexually
You don't
tempting.
want to mess around with a quarter-pound meat sandwich. Instead, eat the new half-pound roast beef sandwiches.
Missteps are okay, but you've been fapping for a really long time, bro. To break a lifelong habit, you're gonna need to be at this for more than just a few weeks. And unfortunately, giving in to your temptations is just a part of that process. But there's something not written in the fine print that you will soon discover. Since you now know that prawn alters your brain chemistry, and you've made the conscious decision to rise above it and choose not to indulge in this sexual instant gratification, when you do inevitably fall off the path, the levels of shame that will consume you are downright suffocating. The further into your self-improvement journey you are, the more shame-inducing this scenario will become. As long as you are aware of that, it will not only keep you somewhat accountable, but it will also ensure that you don't end up on this path and believe yourself to be broken. If you truly want to reap the benefits of NoFap because you genuinely understand how bad prawn is for you and your brain, this is unfortunately inevitable. If, however, you want to cope and try to bargain and find any excuse under the sun to have at it, watch your prawn and fap away, bro, this probably won't happen to you. But this isn't you. The type of person who clicks on a video about the dark side of NoFap is the type of man who is truly ready to become the best version of himself. The type of man who is ready to leave behind the slew of bad habits in the past and become the version of himself he always knew he was destined to be. Understand that relapsing is not absolute failure. Just as in the weight room, missing a weight is considered failure in the short term. So long as you continue to show up consistently, one day you will conquer that weight, and you will realize that that failure was just a stepping stone on the way to success. True failure is only seen in those who stop showing up. Or in this case, the guy who continues to chronically fap and accepts the fact that his brain is slowly deteriorating from the rushes of dopamine that he is getting due to the instant gratification of watching stepbrother and stepsister nasty and dude, who the hell do they even make this stuff for? I mean, seriously. My best quick tip to fight potential relapse if you find yourself in a scenario where you feel you might just do that is to do something physically active. That way you can expend your pent-up male energy and trick your brain with the good old switcheroo. This can be something like going to the gym, going for a run, doing a circuit of pull-ups and push-ups. Generally, the desire to fap comes from boredom and your brain craving instant pleasure. Aside from consuming an illicit substance, watching prawn and a quick nut is your brain's quickest way to achieve this. But you're not the type of guy who gives in to taking the path of least resistance. Show yourself who's boss, and fight that urge with the dual benefit of physical self-improvement and delayed gratification. The feel-good sensations physical fitness provide will feel better in the long term compared to that instant gratification pleasure that will leave you swimming in an ocean of shame. Now that you know the truth and that quick tip, I bid you farewell on your NoFap journey. But if you'd like to see me cover this topic in more depth with more tricks, tips, and ways to make your NoFap journey that much easier, let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and remember, the grind is easy with the heart in mind.